doing?
Good.
What's the good word?
I'm awake.
I mean, that is a good thing.
Yes.
Is it early for you or is it late?
No, it's about what, 6:30?
Yeah, but I mean in terms of like your life schedule. Like,
Okay. Now I can hear you
all
guys better.
right. Woo. How's everybody doing?
Good.
We got to I set this up. I wanted to talk to both you guys. I want to talk to both you guys about X-Men, and yet I have nothing prepared. Like nothing whatsoever because
That's
I
okay.
feel like organic is the best way.
Okay.
Um
That's always more
so
fun.
so where's the best place to hop in? Who all like hands raised? Who all is like up to date on the current books? Not like super up to date, like most recent issue, but generally speaking, we'll just
Yeah,
start there.
I
Oh
am.
no,
Hi, London.
Uh, Not
that's
really.
okay. That's okay. We'll start here. This is one of the ones I love to ask people because I feel like this is so generational when it comes to X Men fans. Is favorite like crossover storyline event in X Men history? I will. Who wants to go first, or are you both lost in deep thought?
Oh, I was responding to London saying hi, Barbie.
Oh, London's here. London, so glad you're back. So glad you're
Yes.
back on the IG.
Um, I can answer. I have a couple actually. My first was Inferno. Uh, Second favorite, which ended up being more of a Marvel crossover, was Onslaught.
Mm. What's the lit opinion?
You know, recently there was an announcement to have a DC Marvel crossover, but
Please God,
do
no.
y'all do y'all remember in the 90s? Like we already did this. We
Yes,
we had we had this already, right?
Mm-hmm.
Amalgam Comics. Amalgam
Yeah.
Comics.
And you know what? Like honestly, those covers were pretty lit. Like I remember seeing like characters merged together,
Yeah.
Storm and
Wonder
Wonder Woman,
Woman.
like
The
that was
Amazonian. The
yeah,
Amazonian.
Amazonian.
Oh,
Like
Uh, I think my favorite part of that was that Robin and Jubilee hooked up.
and then
That
they
was the
merged them
best part.
together. And then they merged them together.
That was weird.
he ain't good enough for her. What are we talking
No.
about?
Yeah,
Little
Well,
pumpkin tights don't even have
in
powers. What are we?
Dark
and
Claw,
and Darkclaw.
Julie and
Yes.
Robin merged
And
together and
and Joker and Sabretooth were merged
I
together.
could see that. Yeah.
God.
He was called the Hyena, I think. The Hyena.
I know
Weird.
everyone got new names
Yeah.
too, and I'm like, what? Wait,
Oh,
it,
and they merged Captain America and Superman, which to me was the oddest pairing.
Homelander.
Basic, basically, because he did have the blonde hair and the red, white, and blue. It was weird.
Yeah.
they merged the Boy Scouts, like that's what they did. That's
Yes.
why Wolverine and Batman were merged, and Captain
Yes.
America and Superman got merged together.
Yeah. I feel like Sabretooth and Joker merging, all it really does is make Sabretooth a little bit smarter. Like, he's already, I think he's more savage than Joker to begin with.
He's more savage, but far more intelligent.
Right. Yeah.
Joker's a
And
little insane.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
more homicidal, even more than Sabretooth
I don't
is.
know, because Sabretooth will do it with his bare hands. Like, Joker's got to, like, set up some contraption or, like,
Well,
manipulate somebody into
okay,
dying.
considering what he did to Jason Todd, he does get his hands dirty sometimes.
Sometimes.
So
Sometimes. Victors
sometimes,
are dirty permanently.
yeah, since birth, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he came out swinging. Um,
Daredevil and Batman, yes or no? Oh, oh.
uh,
Daredevil, yes. Fuck Batman.
I I don't know I don't know if Daredevil was part of the The merging. I can't remember.
He was, but I think he was like a minor character, and I don't remember who it was with.
Hmm.
Ooh. It took place in the middle of the Clone Saga, so Peter Parker and Superboy were merged on the basis of them
Yes,
both being clones, says
Oh,
Spider
yeah.
Boy,
Exposition
Spider
Podcast.
Boy.
Ah,
Yeah,
Okay.
the first original Spider Boy.
oh
Okay.
my God.
Interesting. Yeah, that was one of those ones I remember like seeing it and hearing about it. I never actually read it myself because I was just like in a full like FDC mode at the time, and I'm like, why am I wasting my time with this? Especially if you're gonna like merging Batman and Daredevil basically becomes Dollar Tree Daredevil. Like it's a slight downgrade, like
It
because
was
he's richer, he has more money, I guess. Like, does
Yeah.
this bank account merge?
it it was an interesting concept, but then the thing that killed me is the person that ended up merging the universes together. At the end of the comic, they left him alive and part of both universes. So I was like, okay, if they're gonna do it again, is that how they're bringing him back?
Maybe.
Because I was just like, gross.
Hmm.
I don't know. I thought it was kind of fun because I was like maybe in the fifth grade or something when these came out, and I
God, I'm
was
old.
getting into X-Men, and I remember seeing like the crossover covers, and I saw the crossover X-Men cover. It was like JSX, I think is what they called it.
JLX.
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 Yes, yeah,
Yes.
JLX. That's right. That's right. And I was very curious. I was like, who are these characters?
Yeah, because
Everybody looks so fun.
Rogue was mixed with, I can't remember,
She was
but she had like,
like,
had like black hair.
yeah, she had like these gypsy powers or something.
Yeah, it was weird.
Huh.
And
And
like Phoenix
Namor,
was green. Like she had like
she
a really weird green
she was
fire.
mixed with fire. She was
Yeah.
mixed with
Yes, yes,
fire.
yeah.
And
Wow.
Namor was mixed with Aquaman,
Oh, kind of here for
which
that though.
wasn't kind of
Mm,
no,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm
because
here for it.
that's when Aquaman didn't have the hand and he had the hook, and so it was like a harpoon. It
Yeah,
was
hook
just
me, daddy.
like no, no,
It was
grow up now.
90s.
No,
It
I'll
was
tell you
the
what though.
90s.
yeah,
It was the
Aesthetically,
90s.
aesthetically, I am here for the 90s. Like, not that I don't love the look of the current books. There was something about the 90s with the big pecs and big shoulder pads and big hip
Big,
pads. And
big titties, big booties.
you
Yes.
said it. Yeah.
yeah,
Just like
yeah,
every
that is
female
true.
character is bringing that ass in every issue. Yeah. I mean, I get it, right? Like, we're not supposed to like overly sexualize characters, and there's supposed to be more to them. But like, you go back, especially when Joe Maduro was doing the books, who
Yes.
was like one of my favorite artists. But
Yeah.
that dude would bring it.
Oh, it was,
I
I
s-
mean, it wasn't like politically like accurate, I guess, but it was still fun.
Yeah,
You know, it
that's
was
what they were
still
there for,
fun.
you know.
We
And they
love it.
and they were marketing to a different audience back
yeah,
then. Like, they were
yes,
shooting for like the preteen, teen, early 20s males, and
Yeah.
we all really got hooked and they grew up and kept reading them. And now, yeah, we have to. And I'm fine with it. I'm not complaining. But there was something about that era. I mean, Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane, Wills, the way all those guys drew characters. Yeah,
I
Rob
love
Liefeld will not be mentioned in any of my live streams. Just throwing that out
But
there.
you just
I
talked about him.
Shit, I broke my own rule.
I know. You gotta call him something else. You have to give him like a nickname,
he
like he who.
who shall not be named.
Yeah, but you have to be kind of specific. You
Well,
know, you could
it
Foot
be
fetish
like
faith.
you could be like big titty cat guy.
it it's funny because you mentioned that, Finch, because I was just at MultiCon a couple weeks ago where he was a
He was
guest
there.
doing signings. And apparently, as soon as he got there, he was already in a mood.
Oh,
So I was like, I ain't going
Diva,
over there. Yeah, right?
I
diva.
personally have not had any bad interactions with him, so I can't hate.
You're
I
probably one of the only few.
yeah. You know what? I only had one. I only met him once, and to be fair, it was positive. This would have been '06, '07.
Oh,
He was at a con I
okay.
went to, and he signed my New Mutants '98,
Oh,
which I
Dang.
then got CGC'd, which was awesome. But outside of that, like, yeah, personally, I can't say anything. But like, do y'all remember
Yeah.
Youngbloods? Do y'all
Yeah.
remember that?
yes, I
Do y'all
remember the book.
do y'all remember what a laughing stock of the industry that guy was for just putting together 12 splash pages and calling it a comic? Give me a break.
I
Yeah.
mean,
That
he at
wasn't a
least,
very good comic.
to be fair, at least he got
That's
published. Like,
That
true.
is
I haven't,
like
true.
so
you know
I
what? That's like really like not giving up on your daydream.
right.
That's like a
Yeah,
great example of that.
right.
Okay? Like kudos to following your
Right.
heart.
Yeah. Anyway, we have to move on
yeah.
from Captain America Tits guy. Um,
Big titty cap
yeah.
guy.
Let's go on the positive side of that. Who's got I want to hear your guys' favorite artists. If you say Jackson Pollock,
Jace.
I'm reaching through the phone.
Oh my gosh.
Uh, J. Scott Campbell. J.
Um,
Scott Campbell. Dave Nakayama.
Mm,
yeah,
Um,
David Sweet. I'm really
uh,
like feeling
Tyler. Tyler
mm,
Kirkman.
Tyler Kirkman.
Definitely.
Yes. But I also appreciate my ladies. Like I'm
Oh,
obsessed with Megan Hetrick. Like I love her
yes.
art.
She's. Oh,
Like
but okay.
designed she designed the Hellfire Gala Emma Frost that I always wear. Like that was
Yeah.
her design. And her watercolors are so beautiful. She posted up this like sexy AF Wolverine watercolor, and I was like, I don't know who commissioned that, but we that needs to be on a cover. Like it was a commission she
Yes.
did, and he was looking so good. I'm like, girl,
mm.
oh,
Well,
oh, oh,
um,
mm,
Russell Dodderman
Mhm.
just
agree,
kicking ass with X covers.
agree.
Just I think every cover he's done has just been like chef's
Mm.
kiss. I can't.
Did you get his book, his art book?
I have it on order, so yes.
Yeah, and you know he's signing next Saturday, right?
Where?
Where?
Oh, well, he will be at I think Comics Paradise
Mm.
in North Hollywood. They posted up about it. Um, yeah, Saturday from like 2 to 4 or 2 to 5, something like that. Only for a few hours.
I do take lunch at 2 and I'm in WeHo.
It's on a Saturday too, unless you work Saturdays. Then
I do work Saturdays,
yeah.
so I was like, I can go on my
So
lunch,
Yeah.
technically.
yeah.
And I'm about 2,000 miles away, so I'm not going to make it there on my lunch
Oh
break.
yeah, Justin said
Um,
Collector's Paradise. That's
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
collect.
a Collector's
Thank you,
Paradise.
Justin.
Mhm.
I know.
The I got to give a shout out as long as we're Michelle's mentioning women artists. I don't know if you've caught it. Gita Belviso, who is currently doing the Laura Kinney Wolverine book. I mean, it is just
Yes.
it is such good stuff.
Artist or writer? Sorry,
Artist.
I'm not re okay, okay.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
have a copy like
Artists.
laying around?
Artists.
Can you flash us
You give
some
me one
art?
second.
Yeah.
Like, give us a little sneaky
Here it
Knowing
is.
peeky.
Finch,
He's
yes, he
like,
does.
hold
I.
my
Hey,
beer.
Sean's
Hold
in
my
the
beer.
chat. He can fill in for me. I'll be right back.
Hey, Sean.
Oh, Sean, hi. I mean, I didn't see him. I didn't see him
I
in the
know
chat,
neither did I.
but Sean, just send a request if you want to be in the
Oh
video.
my
Like,
God, that'd be
but we
hilarious.
can't accept it.
No,
Only Finch can.
only Finch can.
Dang, only Finch. Only Finch. OF.
Finch.
Oh, ooh.
Yes.
Yes,
Damn.
That.
this is
Okay. Okay.
this.
Oh,
I gotta find this one. Oh, I
show
mean
us.
Yes.
Look at that. Look at our baby girl.
that is my girl.
Mm, mm.
This I got this.
Ooh, Finch. I'm going to show you something that's really cool. You'll like this. Let me
Okay,
show you this.
I'm all about it.
Okay.
Also, I'm actually all about who's writing that book right
Yes,
now. It is so
Erica
good.
Schultz. Yeah, I hate to be
Okay,
that person, but did you catch the pot I had her on?
Yes.
Oh, that's what's the signature down in the
so
corner?
this is Mike Choi art after
Yes,
McFarlane.
yes.
Yeah, he signed it. This was our Short Box Live like staff T-shirt
Hmm.
that we
Oh
got,
shit!
but it was
It.
Laura Kinney art. Like, oh,
I
what?
What?
I've got a great Mike Choi story. This is so
Tell
great.
it,
This
tell
was
it.
like currently it's Fan Expo Chicago,
Okay.
but back then it was called Wizard World Chicago. I think it was like
Oh,
'09,
okay.
'10,
Yeah. Wizard
somewhere in
World.
there.
Okay.
And I'm there with my buddy Nick, and we're both like the lifelong X-Men fans since like grade school. And we're walking around. It's sort of like the back area of the showroom where there's like not a lot going on. We see Craig Kyle and Chris Yost walking together, like just like two dudes. Like, and and this was at the time they were writing X Force and all that stuff. So we had that debate. We're like, is that them? Yeah, that's them. So we just walked up to them and started talking. They were the coolest guys in the world. They talked to us a whole bunch. I had happened to have just a couple of copies of X Force with me to get signed because Mike Choi was there at a booth.
Hmm.
And they were really nice, answered a bunch of questions. Of course, once they started signing our books, like people started like
Fogging.
crowding, you know.
Gravitating. Like,
Yeah.
what's happening? Who's
Yeah, so
there?
we kind of got out of there. You know, we went on without the day. Eventually, I got in line for Mike Choi, and I was so excited. I love Mike Choi's art, always have. And so I get up to him, and I slide the copy of X Force over that's signed by Craig Kyle and Chris Yost. And he grabs his pen, he looks down on, it, he sees both their autographs, and he looks up, and his eyes got huge, and he goes, "Are they here?" And starts looking over his shoulder like a kid who was worried the teacher caught him at the playground.
Oh my
And,
That
gosh.
is
and, and,
cool.
and I said, "Yeah, they're here. They were in the back there like a half hour ago." He's, "Oh, okay, okay, okay," and signed the book. I don't know if he was behind on art pages and they were going to come over and like harass him or something, but it was so funny.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I love Mike Choi. Oh my gosh, he's so sweet.
Hmm.
Like the kindest artist ever. Like, I love
Yeah,
him.
yeah, I'd love to. I don't know if I can. I don't know if you can see that book right there.
Oh, I
That's the
can.
Oh.
that's the comic. That's X-23 Target X that's signed by Craig Kyle, Chris Yost, and Mike Choi. That was the comic that I
Damn.
was getting signed.
That's a great one to get
That is
Yeah,
signed
cool.
too.
I'd get it down, but
That's
it's framed and hanging up there. So
It's okay. It's
no
okay. You
worries.
should
No
leave it up
worries.
there. Leave it
yeah.
up there.
So we got going back to where we were. Gilly said Onslaught.
Yes.
Storyline wise, Michelle, what's your favorite?
Of
Is
all time?
eh, just off the top of your head. This isn't a
Mm,
job interview.
oh, well, okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Are we now? Are we just doing X? Or are we doing Marvel?
We'll start with X and then we can do Marvel. That'd be
Okay. Okay.
interesting.
Cool.
I thought the like X of Swords story. I mean, okay, so Age of Apocalypse will always be my go-to number one,
Yes.
like hands
Okay.
down
100. Okay.
of all time. But more recently, I thought like the Swords of X storyline was kind of it was dark and fun at the same time. Like it was just very interesting. Like people were getting murdered, but then also like people were getting married. Uh, it was it was not what I expected. I expected like a full like when they said Swords of X, like anybody that had a sword, any X-Men that had a sword was going to be doing like some like massive like uh Hunger Game style free for all battle royale. And then it it wasn't always like that.
No.
Like there was basically like a dance off
The
with
dance off,
like Storm
the
and Dev, and then
the eating contest.
yeah, someone
Hickman
got
ran out of
married.
ideas.
Someone got married. Like, but then other people died. Like I think Betsy died, right? I'm trying.
Yes.
Yeah,
Betsy is
she got
Captain
slayed.
Britain died. But she didn't just die, she shattered.
Yeah,
Which brought
and then
back the Captain Britain core, which was, I guess,
which is not bad.
needed for the story.
And I think the caveat here was that anybody that participated in this, if you died, you were supposed to die. Like that was the caveat.
Mm.
I believe.
I,
I don't know
I,
if they enforced it very well,
well,
but
no,
I think
I think if you died in Otherworld, you came back different. Hence Rock Slide. Or, sorry, Ron Slide.
I
Mm,
think I can't remember what it was, but like it was dire.
Yeah.
People did not want to die.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you like die being drawn by Jim Lee and come back being drawn by He Who Shall Not Be
Oh
Named.
my god.
Basically,
A
yeah.
lot smoother joke if I could have said the name,
You
but
were just a different version of
Yeah. Well,
your conscience.
it's funny because with Rock Slide, it ended up being that he was a child version of himself. So he didn't know anything. And when he did end up sacrificing himself, Rock Slide or Ron Slide told them to tell Rock Slide, "I'm sorry." I I remember when what happened in the comics. I just like, oh my God, I just teared. I'm like, damn it.
oh God, that sounds like a nightmare. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to die and come back as my younger self. Like,
I
no.
mean, I would for sure.
Right,
For sure.
If I could get my youth back, I want mine.
yeah, yeah. I would give that. It'd make cons a heck of a lot easier.
Heck
Um,
yeah, my knees
Yeah.
hurt now.
Oh fuck yes.
At the last con, my knee was hurting just from walking around, like day one. And I'm like, oh my God, is this old? Like, is this what it feels like? Oh,
yeah, yeah,
oh, I didn't
yeah.
even do anything. I didn't
I
step on it wrong. I didn't miss a stair. Like, I didn't sleep weird. It just hurt.
hmm Check your shoes. Check your
I
shoes. That's why.
I was wearing good shoes, I believe.
Okay.
was was that MegaCon?
Yeah,
Yeah. It's funny because you're not the only one who said that. Everybody that I
really.
know, yeah. I think it might have been the floor.
Hmm.
You know what? The
Because
floor was very hard.
yeah,
You are
the
correct. Like,
yeah,
there were no carpeted areas.
no,
And then I remember being dropped off by the Uber on like the wrong side, and we had to walk to the like around to the front.
yeah.
That that convention space is terrible. And then leaving is not easy. Like you have to leave like 2 hours before the con ends or like 2 hours after. Because if you try leaving anytime before then, it'll take you an hour to go like 10 miles, seriously.
Hmm. I hear that one's
Crazy.
really crowded.
It
Yeah.
was very
Yeah.
crowded. I definitely got con cred from that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I tell people. That's one of the things that I absolutely love about WonderCon is that there's a lot of people there, but because of the
So,
fountain area, it's just open and there's room to like move and you don't feel like you're crammed into like sardines into one little space.
but
Yeah.
it's funny, even inside, it's just so open.
Hmm
Whereas like LA Comic Con, it feels like you're crunched together so
We were
much.
crunched in MegaCon as well.
Yeah.
I felt like, I think Justin can attest to this. We were talking about how it felt like San Diego on a Friday,
Sean.
and I'm like, oh my God. We tried to
Yeah.
get Sean in here earlier, but then we're like, but wait, we cannot accept.
Yeah, the that's like C2E2 is great because it's the same thing. There's a lot of room to move around.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Fan Expo Chicago is like that. Like if you want to get from one side of the con floor to another, forget it. Like you're almost better off finding a fire exit and going around the building and coming back in because it's just like it's total gridlock everywhere. And I like
Oh,
if there was ever a mass panic in that building, like during a con while it's full, there would be a stampede and thousands would die because
I I
it's absolutely
agree.
insane.
I agree. I
That
was
would
like, there were a few
be
times where I'm
scary.
like, I don't want to even keep going. Like, let's just go to the bar. Like, we spent a lot of time at the bar because it was you could only
I
get in if
wonder
you were
why.
well because first of all they had seating, and
Oh,
second of
well.
all it was one of the only places that wasn't like super crowded because they were carding people and you couldn't leave with your drink, like you had to consume your drink there.
Oh, really?
So
Wow.
there was like a pretty high turnover, like people weren't staying there because they couldn't take their drink with them, like
hmm
they would just drink it and leave. But we liked it because we could just chill for a little bit if we were tired. And I was like,
Sean,
I could use a drink. gosh, Sean. Oh,
Shade.
I know.
Just a
Shade.
little
So shady,
shade of it
Sean.
all.
God. It wasn't an excuse. It was a what would you, I don't know. I don't even know what to call it. I'm too lit. I'm too lit.
That's okay.
Too
It's
The
lit,
other,
okay.
y'all.
So,
Too lit,
so
too live.
yeah, Finch, what's yours? What's yours crossover?
oh my God. Generationally speaking, because it was just like that era, like they put out some bangers right in a row, like between like Fatal Attraction, Falnax Covenant, Age of Apocalypse. Like there was a period there in the 90s where they were just hitting home runs. Of course, I was like 14, 15, 16, 17. So those were like the prime years of like, oh my God, this stuff's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I guess you really can't call Krakoa a crossover. It's more of an era, right?
It's an
But I mean,
error. Yeah.
House of X, Powers of X was just like,
Dude,
ooh,
okay, so
cinematic.
it's funny you say that because I stopped reading X-Men for a while.
Oh yeah,
And
me
then
too.
Everybody
House of
did.
X, House of X, fuck
That brought
Right,
me. I
everybody
was
back.
just like, wait, what's this? I was
Yeah.
like,
and I blame
come
Michelle
on,
for
Edge.
it. I blame Michelle for everything in my life. If
Oh,
I
everything
Michelle, if I
X related.
yes,
X
yes,
related.
including
To be
ex wives.
clear. To be
No,
clear.
not that one. Because I had like stopped reading. I stopped. Interestingly enough, for a long time, I hadn't read Onslaught because
Oh
I
wow.
stopped reading X Men after Age of Apocalypse,
That's a
and
good
then I
that's a good drop off.
and then I came back like 10 years later, and that was like during like the Messiah Complex, like
Yes.
Schism, Avalon era. And then
Yeah.
I got out of it again, and then I was doing a completely different podcast, and I had Captain Britt on, and somehow or another we got talking about X Men. She's like, "Oh my God, if you love X Men, you got to talk to my friend Michelle." And I'm like, "Who's your friend Michelle?" She's like, sends me her Instagram. I reach out to Michelle. I don't know Michelle. I'm like, "Hey Michelle, I do a podcast. You want to come on?" She's like, "Yeah." So so she comes on the podcast. We spend an hour talking about X Men, and like through it, I feel this like
Kinship.
thing awakening inside
Yes.
of
You're
me.
like,
Yeah,
oh, I
yeah,
must go. I must
yeah,
buy all of the copies
yes.
of the X books.
And it was
X
sort of like
books.
also feeling like you just realized you caught feelings again for a toxic ex, and you're like, shit, damn it. Now I gotta go.
I wouldn't call X Men a toxic
Toxic
X,
X.
Comics,
No, no.
comics are though,
Okay.
but I mean, yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
but not X.
yeah.
yes. Yeah. I'm sorry. Stay as far the fuck away from my exes as possible.
they
I
live
would
in
say
Texas.
this is like your party ex where they're like,
Yes.
yeah, like, hey, like what like they send you that you up text and you're like, heck yeah, I am. And like
Yeah.
you up and you're going to some like dive bar club,
Yep.
whatever. And
Yep.
yeah,
Parking lot behind
yeah.
a derelict Kmart.
Yeah.
Like just.
Wow. Okay.
The next thing you know, you're searching for variant covers on eBay and you're like 1 in 100, you're like, yeah, $200 for this, add to cart.
Boom. Swipe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then all
I've
of a sudden I'm
never
standing
done
outside the
that.
comic book store every Wednesday, 10 minutes before they open,
Yeah.
so I can get any of the
Add them
variants that
all
they
to my
have. And
pull list.
yeah.
To my pull list.
Yeah.
I
And
want
Oh,
everything.
And I can't do a poll list. Like I refuse to do poll lists. And the reason
Why?
why so the reason why is because like I'm a piece of shit. And the reason why is that I had a comic book store I was going to
Pardon.
when I was in college and I had a poll list. And the problem is I have like an addictive personality. So
yeah.
like I'll be
Uh,
reading the X books and then X Men will do a crossover with Avengers. I'm like, that's good. I need to start reading Avengers. And then it just sprawls. And before I know it, I'm getting half the fucking catalog every month. And I've got a poll list. And then I like go through a divorce
Different
and like everything
kind of
like
X, yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
everything goes awry. And I realize it's been like 2 months since I've been into the comic book store, and now I'm kind of terrified to go in there because I probably owe like hundreds of dollars that I know I don't have. Um, so I just never went back.
That's crazy. Oh
So
my
I did
gosh.
that.
yes,
But you get
so
I
a
did that.
discount if you put it on your pull
No.
list.
yeah, not the comic book store I was going to.
Oh, well
No,
then that's on them.
yeah,
That's on them for not,
Back
yeah.
back
They
in
should
the
give you a
I
discount.
think
back
so.
back in the early 2000s, back when I was still in my 20s, uh, I had a regular comic book store that I had a pull list, and this was back when during the 2000s where there was tons of books. Everything. You had to get everything. I had DZ, I had Marvel, I had Indie Comics. I had a whole box just for me. That was my pull list. And there was one time I didn't go in for a month. I lost a whole paycheck on
Oh,
that damn box.
Oh,
I was like,
oh,
I
whole
can't
paycheck?
do. Yeah, that was like over $800.
ooh.
I was like, I am never gonna do. I was like, I think I have to stop. I have an addiction.
Did they give you a
Yeah.
discount though?
They did give a discount, but
Okay.
it wasn't worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, my local comic shop gives me a pretty good discount.
I
Like
would
my guy's good to
I would
me.
hope
Yeah.
so. I mean, you guys are there
Yeah.
constantly.
I mean, I'm not picking up like a bunch of books, but he
Uh,
also will like be like, "Oh, I added this to your pull list because I thought you would like it." And it's like a black cat cover or like a crazy variant, and I was like,
mhm.
"Heck yeah, man. Like heck yeah, I'm gonna buy that." Like I've only said no like once to something he pulled. And I was like, "Yeah, that's not the I think it was like a rogue cover." And I'm like, "She's not like one of my like heavy hitters." So I'm gonna pass.
Sean. The answer is Forge and Storm
What?
because
Oh my gosh.
Storm
That's
belongs with
like,
Logan. End of
I
story.
mean,
End of story.
okay,
Forge is useless.
but like her and Forge have like a pretty like decent relationship, you know? Like
Are we
who
talking
are
X-Men
we gonna break up to
97?
make
Are
it
we talking
happen?
comics?
Oh
Sean,
no, we're
give
talking
us
about X-Men
Sean,
97.
Oh,
give us our options
okay.
and then and then Finch is gonna create a vote to be like who should break up for the Toxic X
Yes.
storyline submission to X-Men
Um,
97.
Jean and Cyclops.
I mean, I don't hate that idea.
Yeah. He belongs
Yeah,
with
no,
Emma anyway.
yeah.
He does. Him and Emma
I,
are like they're pretty good together. I like
I
them together.
actually, I'm sorry, but I'd like to sing with Frenzy.
You know, he was not bad with Frenzy in
Nope.
that one crossover.
They
What was it called? Like Age of
they
X?
were pretty good
They
relationships,
were not
Hmm.
I
and he
didn't hate
wasn't a
that.
douchebag.
I mean, listen, he's not my favorite character, but X-Men
I,
97 did him
uh,
good. Like I
although
was like, "Okay, Slim, I see
Ooh.
I am not a Cyclops fan at all. I've hated him since God, I first started comics. Um, but
My boy has autism.
current
Leave him alone.
current 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 comics, they're trying to make me like this guy. I don't know what the hell's going on. The current line of X-Men comics, they're trying to make me like Scott. What the fuck? I don't
you."
like
Scott's a
Okay.
Scott.
badass.
Okay, if you okay, let's turn this conversation around. Instead of who we don't like,
Wait a minute.
who okay,
I
just
got one to
kidding.
throw out there. I've
Okay.
never liked Storm. I said it. Ever. Annoying.
Is that why you're trying to
Dramatic.
break her
Go
up?
away. Yeah. Yeah. I thought of
Damn.
this I thought I'm gonna make it someday. So I thought of this great reel, right? Where like Cyclops is like fighting somebody and he's like, Storm, I need an assist, and he gets knocked down, starts getting punched in the face, and Storm's like, I am mistress of the elements. Cyclops still getting punched. The winds listen to my command. Still getting punched. Like, just do the thing already. Why do we have to grandstand?
Sometimes the boy needs a beat down though, you know what I
Yes,
mean? I
seriously. He
Oh,
needs
that's
a
right. I'm talking
beatdown.
to Cyclops hairs. Okay, let's
Yes.
pretend it's Gambit. I'll make it a pretty boy and see if you feel different.
Whoa.
I'm
We
still
cannot
okay with this
touch our
situation.
precious baby.
I'm
Okay?
still okay
Rogue
with
would
a
never.
beatdown.
He'd be like, Sharon, she'd be like, I got you, boo, and then come in.
I, I I'm sorry. I've never been a fan of the Raging Cajun.
Gosh, you guys
You could make
Al-
are
that
really
argument.
you guys all really
Although,
negative tonight.
although in the comics he's sexy as hell. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
He just sexy.
yeah.
I
Comic book
don't have to like him though. He's eye candy for us, but we don't have to
he
like him.
He's
also has
All I'm
tats.
saying.
He
As
also
the
has
gay
tats.
man in the room, I'm going to say very nice eye candy. I do like him with Rogue, but he's still a piece of shit.
All right. Yeah, as the straight man in the room, I can consent to that. Like, yeah, he's a sexy mother effer. I get it.
Okay, Finch, but Gambit or Wolverine?
Wolverine.
What, like if I had to choose?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like Remy's more the type to like roll over and kiss you on the cheek when it's over and not just burp.
Okay.
Um, so that's a hard
Wolverine
one.
be
I don't
like, I wish you were a beer.
But see, with Logan,
Oh, you got Tin Man, man. Oh shit.
Look what
with
you
Logan,
did. Look what you
you
did.
know it's just gonna be good and it's gonna be rough
He's
and
gonna go
it's just
berserk,
gonna
and you're not
be.
gonna be able to walk for a week.
Wait,
Oh,
Oh.
is
yeah,
there?
for
Wait,
sure.
I'm sorry. Is there a problem with
I'll
that?
feel like I was at MenuCon for 5 days. In
I
crappy shoes.
I don't I don't mind recovering from that. I'm sorry.
Oh my
Okay.
god. Oh my
Okay.
god.
Who were the so we listed Cyclops, we listed Gambit, who and Wolverine. Okay. So those three. We'll do fuck Mary Kill.
Kill Cyclops, fuck Remy, marry Wolverine.
Um, damn, that's tough. Like, what Cyclops are we talking about? Like X-Men 97 Cyclops or like comic book Cyclops? You know what? I'm gonna kill Cyclops regardless, okay? Because that's not my boy.
Y'all
But
hate the
I,
spectrum.
it's
Y'all
not
hate the
the
spectrum.
spectrum. It's not the spectrum. He doesn't do it for me, okay? But like
Yeah, I'm
90
sorry.
X-Men 97 like gave me hope, and I was like, okay, I see it. I see it.
He
To
would
be
make you
fair,
breakfast in bed. None of the others would.
Remy would make me breakfast in bed.
Beignets.
Okay, he can benay me over, okay? Like I would marry Gambit, okay, because that man would treat me right, all right?
Oh my
Logan is like a one night stand kind of he's like the fun guy, you know, he's the you up
You
guy.
can banana me
Okay.
over.
But Gambit is
Is that a
husband
Duran Duran
material.
song?
Maybe. Maybe.
Oh my
But
god.
look at Gambit is husband material, okay? That's what his
Oh
outfit tag says, 100% husband material. Okay?
my
2%
god.
beignet. 2% beignet.
Right now,
But
the 14-year-old X-Men fan is me is going, what happened? Where like where did this all go? I don't get it.
Oh my god.
oh man.
I woke up
Oh,
45 years old and took 2 shots of woke, and here we are.
oh damn.
Then Me Over is the title of an album.
Oh
Like,
my
that's got to be a
god.
mixtape.
Yeah,
I
sure.
missed
That
everything he
I
said after that, by the way. So.
I know, so did I. That needs to be a title of one of the comics. That seriously
Yes.
has to be a title of one of the
Sean, that's the
comics.
Gambit
title of an
fanfic.
episode.
That's some
Yes,
sexy
Sean.
like X-Men like fan fiction. That's some bookstagram shit right there.
Yes. What do you guys think?
Also, Sean, it could be a future X-Men. Yeah, sure. What do we have? Toxic X and Benay Me Over.
You've been name me over.
Over.
Mm-hmm.
Name me over. Yeah. Share. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I love it. I feel like I have to meme that up
Oh,
somehow after
You
this.
should. You
seriously.
should.
Oh, we
Oh,
got to talk to Alicia and get her to make a shirt. Oh my god.
yes, yes. We're gonna start
You
handing them
should sell
out.
merch. You need to start selling merch.
Yes,
And
Yes.
I'm gonna have a booth at Uncanny selling "Name Me Over" shirts,
you know,
going
how many of those you
gangbusters.
would sell?
So many.
Yes,
We
so
have the
many.
crop top version.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
Sell the regular
Oh,
version and let them crop it if they want to.
yeah, I like
true.
it. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
my
that's
god.
Didn't Punker Ducky have something like a meme about crop tops? I thought I saw her
Yes.
post one.
Sh
Yeah.
uh,
It's
I
crop
don't
top
remember.
season,
Yeah, it's
boys.
crop top season.
For
Yeah.
yeah.
everybody. Justin,
Oh
take
Hunker
notes.
god.
I want to see them.
Ducky is just
Now,
she is just a joy to
Michelle,
have.
you can't do that to us.
Do what?
You can't get Justin in a crop top. That's
I
just
have,
mean.
and I
I know
will
you
do it
have, but
Of
again.
course
stop it.
you
Yeah.
have. Yeah.
If y'all have seen his Casey Jones, he's in a crop top.
Oh my God.
If you can wear it, do it. Some of us
Everybody
can't, but if you
No.
can, do it.
can. Okay, you can all do it. All you gotta do is just get some high-waisted jeans, and then
That's where you're gonna see me in a crop top, high waisted jeans, standing outside of a fucking Krispy Kreme. That's what's gonna happen.
there's
Like
no
the
shaming here.
menthol
Okay,
cigarettes and a
if y'all
Marlboro hat.
feeling it, you should do it. Do it.
Oh my God.
I gotta okay. People either love or hate this discussion, but I want to get into X-Men MCU casting
Like fan casting.
or rumors you've heard anything like
I do
of.
not like Sadie Sink as Jean Grey.
I
Said
love
it.
I love Sadie Sink, not as Jean Grey.
No.
No.
Yeah, as a person, she's great. She's wonderful, very great actress. As
Well,
my
okay.
girl Jean Grey, like I can't.
I mean, I don't like it. I can see it if they're going with a young cast. Um,
No,
but
I cannot.
but then it's like, okay, so that means they're not going to bring Wolverine in, right? Because
Oh, that
he's
would
just
be
going to
real.
be old. That would
That'd
just be
be
creepy as
awkward.
hell.
Yeah,
That'd just be creepy as
it'd
hell.
be accurate.
Well, yes,
Yeah,
but it'd
no.
still be creepy as hell.
Well, keep in mind, Sadie Sink's in her 20s, so it's
But she
not like.
doesn't look like
No,
she
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 is.
does
doesn't
not.
look like she's in her
No,
20s.
she
She's
does
like
not.
a
Um,
cute little baby
Yeah,
girl, you
yeah.
know.
the
Stranger Things.
I do like the rumors of who they might cast as Rogue. There's been
Margaret,
so many. There's been so many.
listen,
Um,
Margaret Qualley. That's the name that's being bounced around
Oh, for
for Rogue.
real?
Yeah, and if you've ever seen any movies with Margaret Qualley in them,
mhm.
she kind of became famous for doing this like lip bite thing, which when she does is absolutely adorable. And I swear to God, if she plays
Sh-
Rogue and she does that after calling somebody sugar, I'm going to melt in my fucking seat.
What
Like
if she
okay,
it's
says
over.
Banami Ova?
Sean.
Sugar?
Okay,
Ugh.
Sean. We're not going down that rabbit hole, Sean.
Sean,
Please,
yes,
God,
do it.
no,
Sean. Oh, I thought we were talking about
Yeah,
crop
yeah,
topping, but
no.
yeah. Daniel
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 Radcliffe.
Radcliffe?
No,
Yeah,
no.
I will go with Daniel Radcliffe or Danny DeVito for that
Okay,
role. Absolutely.
but Henry Cavill, that little sneak peek we got, I was like,
Cavalry. Yes, that was good. That would have been
Just,
hella casting.
I,
we could we could do it.
I
Baby,
liked,
we could do it.
I liked all of it except for the damn sideburns.
I
It
will take those
just threw me.
sideburns.
It just,
I will
that's the
take
only thing that threw
them.
me off. I'm like, dude,
It's
the
okay.
mutton
It's
chops?
okay,
I
boom.
can't
You
with
can
the
Yeah,
chop it
mutton
up over
chops.
here.
yeah.
You can chop it up with me.
Michelle's like, you can
Mm.
sideburn me up one side and
Yeah,
down the other. I don't even care.
I was trying to think of
I'm not
something with
saying
sideburns,
no.
but
I'm not
chop.
saying
Yeah,
no. I'm
yeah,
just saying I can't do the sideburns.
yeah. Mm.
He can do whatever he wants to me,
He
okay?
can do
That's what I'm
whatever
saying.
he
Yes.
wants. It was right.
Man of
Yes.
Steel.
Man of
Well, yeah,
Steel.
definitely he's got to
Sure,
be a man of steel.
sure.
Oh my God.
Okay. I personally, y'all
Yeah.
are gonna think I'm crazy. I actually think that holy crap, it completely left my brain. Oh, Anthony Starr. I think Anthony Starr, who plays Homelander, would make a great Wolverine. Personally, I also think he'd make a great Cyclops.
Don't be mean to that man.
Wind out of
Don't be
the
mean to
room.
that man.
You know
I
what? I feel like
just
he'd be a good saber tooth. Honestly,
yes.
like
Yes. I could see that. That
I
would be
could see him
freaking
in
awesome.
saber tooth.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um all I hope, and I hope it's just a fucking rumor, because if they do it, I'm done with the MCU. The Rock as En Salvador as
yeah.
Apocalypse.
I don't
I'm
get that.
sorry if they fucking do that. I'm done with the MCU altogether.
Yeah, and aren't we? Haven't we sort of agreed that the whole like rock craze is over?
Is it?
I hope so. I
Yeah,
hope so because I'm so over.
yeah. We had
Y'all
20 years of
savage tonight.
Well, we had 20 years of him being amazing. I was a huge
Well,
fan, even going back to the wrestling days. But it was kind of like after Black Adam, you're just sort of like, okay, we get it. It's kind of a shtick. It's done.
I actually liked him as Black Adam.
I
I didn't mind that. I
Yeah,
thought it was good casting, and he played it good. But then they said inside, they started the rumors about Apocalypse. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. He's supposed to be Egyptian. The
Yeah,
Rock does not look Egyptian in any way, shape, or form.
right.
I get that he's a big, muscly, bulky man, but no.
I could, yeah. Michael Sarah's Apocalypse would be great. Um,
Wait, what?
yeah,
Wait, what?
yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Isn't that like a white guy?
Whoa,
Giant
I
white
don't assume
guy?
Oh,
race here. I just,
oh. I mean,
Dude, scrawny, little, minuscule white guy, if I'm correct.
right? Am
yeah,
I?
but it's all about the
No,
confidence.
no,
No, no,
no,
taking a
dude.
beating here tonight.
He
I'm not.
he he
I'm
he'd
not
make
gonna
a good
fan cast Apocalypse tonight.
he'd make a good Xavier because we'd hate him from the
Why does
beginning.
everybody hate Xavier?
I
He's
don't
kind
know.
of a
He's a
jerk.
dick.
Which one of
Yeah,
them isn't? Name me one character in the X universe who isn't a dick, other than Kitty Pryde. She's the only exception. They've all done dickish stuff.
that's not a dick.
That's not
Yeah,
a dick.
yeah.
I mean, I don't think Emma Frost is a
Caliban.
dick. I think she's a bad bitch, okay? I think she's a
Um,
businesswoman. Like I would not say she's a dick.
Who?
Caliban.
Emma
Oh,
Frost.
oh,
Yeah.
she's a dick.
Caliban.
Dick,
Warpath.
dick.
How dare you? And
Yeah.
you know Dylan's gonna come after you for that, right?
He comes after me for everything. It's sort of like our whole routine.
That's
So
true. Uh, Jubilee's not a dick.
she
I was
can be.
about to say Jubilee.
She'll,
I mean, she's sassy, but
she'll bite
she's
Yeah.
not
your
a
ass.
dick.
Yeah,
She will sass your ass, but she will
that's
not
true.
like.
My entire argument collapses.
Yes.
It's like the whole like Xavier hate is constant, and it's like, bro, guy started everything. Got to give him some credit for that.
He
So
can like
he was
just
still a
he
jerk
can
back then.
yeah, man. He's thinking
I
about
mean,
Jean Grey,
he
like all
yeah,
like,
he was
oh, I
obsessed with
love her,
Jean.
but I cannot have
Ew.
her. Like, boy, chill,
And
chill, man.
hello, he had Bobby suppressed for years. I'm sorry.
He
That
suppressed
poor boy.
everybody.
That boy was in the closet for so long because that bald ass asshole
Did,
kept him there.
did he? Like,
I think so.
I'm not
I
Yeah,
arguing. I'm
look,
just
love.
asking because I hadn't heard that
I'm
before.
sorry.
look at Kitty abandoned Colossus at the altar. She's been a dick too. Says Art of the Tin Man. Correct, correct.
He had it coming.
But was that?
Girl stood
But
him up.
in
Hmm.
her defense, Colossus is a dick.
Yeah, but that's kind of a dick move. It's like you couldn't tell him before the wedding. This is like some Love is
Eh,
Blind shit where they're just like,
But
oh my God, like I love him so much. Like we're gonna get married and then like be like, oh my God, like you know what? This just isn't gonna work for me. I'm sorry, bye. And then they walk away.
it might have
Hmm.
been dickish, but we did end up getting Remy and Rogue's
I
wedding
know, but
outfit.
she still did it. That's a dick
Yeah,
move.
but
Like
is it a
there's
dick
no
move
but.
to leave him at the? Is it
There's no
no?
but.
Is it a dick move to leave him at the altar? Or a dick move to marry him just to go through with it, so you're not a dick? Like,
It's a
what's
dick
worse?
move. It's a dick move to not tell your boy before he's in a tux.
That's true. I'll give you that.
That's where
Yeah.
the dick move is. It's not that like she could have ended it before then.
Well, I
You
sort
know?
of feel like she had been breadcrumbing him from the beginning anyway.
Okay,
So
but then just make it
Okay,
official.
how
Don't
many
put your
times
boy
has he?
on an altar and then be like, bye.
But
Like, sorry,
okay,
change my mind.
how
Like,
many times?
you know
But
what?
how many times has that man cheated on her on away missions? I'm just saying.
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying,
he went to during
just don't say yes. Why did
during
she say
Secret
yes?
Wars
I will marry
during
you.
Secret Wars and Battle World. They got transported, and he ended up sleeping with the Asian
Red
chick.
flag, girl,
yeah,
red flag.
Yeah,
Run. Do
while
not
she was
pass
still
go. Do
here
not
with the new
accept his
mutants.
that's
proposal.
true.
And
I mean,
then like
he
Yeah.
his Savage Land hoes. I mean, there's been so many of them.
Whoa, 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 whoa. They not hoes. They're just trying to live. They just trying to
Uh-huh.
live. Do you
Uh-huh.
know?
listen.
They're like,
Savage
well, I'm
Land
gonna give
hoes.
me an X-Man.
Colossus was a hoe. Like he was a colossal hoe.
Seriously,
He
he
kept
was
a
a
kid in
colossal
WD
hoe.
40
Yes.
40 on him
He's a
for a
hoe.
reason.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a hoe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, he switches sides so many damn fucking times. It's ridiculous. You don't know who
Yeah,
he's helping.
yeah.
I I can relate to that.
Okay.
Like whatever way the wind's blowing. That's
So
fine.
everyone's a dick at this point. Everyone's a
Captain
dick.
Brett.
Everyone's a dick except for Kitty. We've established that.
Uh, not establish that.
Okay.
Well,
Everybody's a dick except
No.
Rob Liefeld. That's what we've established.
He's not. You cannot talk about him. You said it yourself. You were like, he will not be mentioned on this podcast. None of us have brought him
I
up except for you. I think
know.
you really like him.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think deep down you're just like, yeah.
I do.
So
I
I love
do.
you, bro. It's because
I've
see,
got a framed picture next to my bed
oh my God.
with the Dove pump. No, but
No.
what actor?
No.
Don't
I
dwell
know.
on it. It's,
Giant fan 115 has a question.
yes. Which actors would you want to play Colossus? Whoever that guy is who plays Reacher.
Oh, oh my gosh!
Oh
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
100%. I can see
Yeah.
You
that.
know what? That Colossus
And
would not be a dick.
no.
Mhm.
Well,
Well,
not in
yeah,
the important ways.
he's
Not
a
in
dick
the
in the
important ways.
best way.
Yes.
he would be great. He would
Yes.
be fantastic.
No notes.
As
No notes.
Colossus, yes.
Put that man in some paint and some tight
I
little
I
choners.
hope
Yes, love it.
I hope they don't bring Wolverine into the X-Men for a while because
You want the
one,
movies to suck?
they're starting with a young cast, so I don't think it would be appropriate to have.
It'll be like
It'll just be a little
it'll be
weird.
like Wolverine and the X-Men.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. They got Hugh Jackman. As long as Hugh Jackman's willing to come back, they'll find a way to make it work.
Well, supposedly he's signed on for 10 more films, so
I could see
I
that.
mean, he's not terrible as Wolverine. I'm here for it.
I I love him. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, he's not the appropriate size, but he is Wolverine. I'm sorry, he is. I can't pick just like I'm sorry, Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man to me.
Yeah. And you know, Britt's right. Like fresh off Deadpool and Wolverine, they could introduce a new Wolverine.
Yeah,
I'd be fine
I mean
with that.
they could. It's just I don't
They
think
have
anybody's
it's
gonna.
Henry Cavill. Like boom,
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
There he is. That's our
Because we
boy
got the
right there.
whole multiverse
Yeah,
thing. So you could
Yes.
have Hugh
there he
Jackman
is.
playing a Wolverine in like one
Well,
MCU universe,
Yeah.
and
you you guys do know the what after Secret
We
Wars what
can,
they're
Brit.
supposed to be doing, right? They're gonna reset.
mhm.
So we get all new everybody. So we'll have a new Thor, we'll have a new Captain America, we'll have a new uh, Iron Man. So everybody will be younger or probably a new cast. So that way we can bring in the mutants. So it's like, oh, it's always been here.
Right.
Yeah, it's always been Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Wolverine.
One can hope. One can hope.
hmm
Fancy.
And Michael Cera as
Oh,
Apocalypse.
no.
I'm,
That's not going to
I'm gonna
happen.
win you over on this one.
No,
I'm gonna
you
win you
won't.
over on this one.
I'm not
Although
lit enough for
I
that.
I would love to see Henry Cavill as Brian Braddock, Captain Britain.
Exclusively?
Yeah, only for me.
Wow. Okay.
Just
Whoa.
broke my heart.
Whoa.
Man.
I
Britt, I have something for you at WonderCon, so remind me.
Michelle,
no,
I have something for you at WonderCon. Go on.
Is it Henry Cavill?
No, it is not.
it's not. And I'm sorry if Henry Cavill was there. We're not giving it to you. We're giving it to me.
We can give to everybody, okay? This is an equal
Yes,
opportunity for
Captain
everyone.
Britt. Yes, Captain Britt. Henry Cavill as Captain
Okay, that's
Captain.
also fair.
Yes.
I'll allow it.
I think he would be an amazing addition. That way we can get Betsy.
hmm
Uh-huh.
Oh, I wish, but it's not a kiss.
Can we
But
do
you'll like it.
two? These might be questionable. These might be questionable casting, but I feel
I
like it's worth throwing
feel
out
like
there.
you've already jumped the shark on questionable
Yes.
casting.
Yeah,
So
but I'm good
whatever
at
you
it.
say next is
No.
It's
fine.
just layup after layup at this point. I want Samuel L. Jackson and Denzel Washington. I want Samuel L. Jackson as Professor X and Denzel Washington as Magneto. Boom, done.
I'm here for that.
Yeah,
Like that could
yeah,
work. But Samuel L. Jackson is Nick Fury, and so I don't
Okay,
think we're going to be able to unsee that.
I,
look
I,
what they're doing with
I
RDJ. They can do it with Sam L.
I
don't
but
get me started on that.
that's
Uh,
that's some laziness on Marvel's
yeah.
part, maybe. Like I don't. I'm gonna have to wait till whatever it is they're doing comes out because I don't
If
know.
if if they do what I think they're gonna do with Robert Downey Jr., and I hope that's what they're gonna do, if he's playing Doom correctly, we're never gonna see his face till Secret Wars.
That's
Because
fine.
the only time you see Doom without his mask is when he's overpowered
Yeah.
and he's like a god.
But we're not talking about 616 Doom. We're talking about the version where Tony Stark became Doctor Doom.
Is
So you'll probably
Well,
see
that
is
young
well?
Stark.
but is he supposed to be Tony Stark as Doom,
That's
or is
Yeah.
he supposed
my
to
What?
be?
assumption. That's the
I
storyline they're going with.
oh
I don't know.
god,
I
that's gonna be
feel like
stupid.
he's gonna. I feel like he's a new character. Like I feel like he's just an alt world
I
Doom.
hope
It's
he's an
Victor.
alt world
Yeah, I
Doom,
think he's
and he's
Victor.
Victor. He's Victor. He just looks like Tony. I hope that's what they're doing, because if
Yeah.
not, it's gonna be stupid as hell, and I'm gonna throw my drink at the screen.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah. I
But
don't know.
you really don't like Sam L for Xavier?
Not that I don't like him, but like he's
I
already
have
Nick
okay.
Fury.
He, mm,
Nick Fury, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
have, I
Like
have,
you
and
can't.
this is, I know this could be taken as me being not woke or not appropriate, or I cannot see a black man playing Magneto,
I can either.
because but if you do that, you lose half of his story arc.
Not
But
necessarily.
Because, oh no, I'm sorry, but he was a Holocaust survivor.
Fire
He was a
Fist.
Jewish internment camp. There were no black Jews in
What?
Germany. In Germany,
Hmm.
there were no
Okay.
during World War II, during the Nazi reign. That is half of Magneto's storyline. His hatred, his rage. How are you? I mean, I could see how they do it now if he's modern. I can see
Yeah.
how they, but how are you going to take the Holocaust away from Magneto?
I think what you do, part of the problem that you have with the X-Men, like period, is the simple fact of the matter is we're still tying this to a storyline that started in the 1960s. So at this point in time, Eric is fucking old. This is what you do. Have him be Rwandan. He lived through the Rwandan genocide. That was really, really bad. Go watch Hotel Rwanda and don't be like, yeah, I can see somebody going fucking postal over this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
I,
I'm
I
not
think
making
you just changed the
any
narrative.
argument for it. I just thought it'd
I
be
think you
fun.
just changed the narrative a little bit.
Yeah,
Like
you still here, Sean? You taking notes?
um, but yeah, I mean, okay, in that instance, yes, that makes sense. But again, I'm like, dude, why are you going to take that great piece of his history away from the character? I
Hmm.
just, to me, it does make sense.
Right,
But if like the whole Rwanda genocide, yes, okay, I could see that. That would make perfect sense in that universe.
right.
Because in the multiverse there is a black version of Magneto and Charles.
Oh yeah, yeah. And honestly, my whole theory behind the um like Samuel L. Jackson playing Xavier is because I just want an Xavier who's got attitude and doesn't tolerate anybody's bullshit. It's like they're going to get on the plane, and Scott's like, Professor, I wanted to talk to you, and I kind of feel as though that this mission isn't ethically. And X is like, get on the motherfucking plane. God damn, like that's what I want. That would be a good. They change it up a little bit, right?
oh, I mean, okay, I'm
That'd just
sold.
be weird, but
I'm
yes,
sold
I want to see
on
that
it.
actually.
I
I'd
want to
actually
see
be
it.
interested in seeing that. Yeah.
I want to see it happen now. Okay.
What's we? I gotta ask, what's going on with Fire
This
Fist here?
is not Fire Fist. This is Shang-Chi. Okay.
Yes.
This is
Um,
Oh, was
Shang-Chi.
that
All
he?
right.
Oh, he was from that made-for-TV movie that Marvel did, right?
you're
I know you're not
just
disrespecting
gonna
my
set
boy
her
right
off,
now.
dude.
I know you're
I
not.
know. I know.
disrespecting
I love it
my
when she goes
boy.
I'm
off though.
sorry. But okay, I'm sorry. That was a
You,
great movie.
you know what though? That and Eternals, I legitimately
The
enjoyed. I really did, and I think they get way too much hate, and they shouldn't.
Eternals is good too. Okay, like all right, okay. I'm not as mad at you anymore. I'm recovered. I'm recovered. But don't you ever talk shit about my boy. This is my favorite
I will
Avenger.
not.
Okay,
He's got dragon scales. He's awesome.
he is awesome, and yes, he does have dragon scale. His suit is made from
I,
Sequence.
dragon scale. Yes, it's
uh,
very
um,
nice.
I'm
It's
sorry. The Turtles was crap.
okay.
That movie
Well,
was
how do
awful.
we boot Gilbert?
What
I
was
mean,
crap?
The Eternals.
it was not. It was a beautiful story.
It was a good
We got
movie.
our first Marvel love scene. We got
Yeah.
our first Marvel gay kiss. Like it,
I
it
didn't
was
mind that,
it was
but that's
hot.
about
I was like,
it.
Marvel, okay, okay. It was a very diverse cast. Like it was a beautiful story. I mean, they took some
But it
liberties, yeah,
didn't make
but
sense.
I thought it made good sense. I mean, honestly, Icarus was like the worst part of that movie for me. Like he was not the vibe.
Right. He was
But
just Rob Stark.
And
yeah,
and
yeah,
yes, thank you. And
he
I'm
was.
sorry, they just threw away Selma Hayek like she didn't matter.
She had to get
I
murdered. She had to go
but I'm sorry, you have that caliber of an actress and she's barely in the damn movie.
because she had to
I
die.
whatever.
Sometimes you have to kill off like the
They
main
should have killed
person.
off Icarus. They
He
should have
killed
killed off Icarus right
Yeah.
himself. He
away.
did the world a
He
favor.
got a
He was
suntan.
like, all right. He's like, I'm gonna head out now. Bye.
Yeah. I gotta go. Bye. I forget the character's name, the speedster in the Eternals.
Uh,
Sakari?
Yeah. Um, like straight up credit to Eternals though, you gotta admit, like that was the best representation of a speedster on screen we have ever
She was
seen.
great.
Yeah.
She was great.
100%.
Mhm.
And the fact that she was deaf.
Yeah.
That was I will give props to that because I love that.
Didn't they like show a room where like they caught up to her in the present time and she had like a room with like all the stuff that she had collected, like
I
books and
love
stuff.
that
Do
she
I think so,
collects.
you remember
yes.
that? And
Yeah.
in the corner was a stack of records.
I'd actually have to watch
I
the
don't
movie
remember
I-
that.
again
I'm
because
just
I
She
gonna
don't.
has a
let
lot
that.
of stuff.
I'm just gonna let that notion marinate for a second and not comment on it. But
Just because she can't hear the records doesn't mean she doesn't understand that they're collectible
I'll give you
and
Well,
that.
that she
I can't
but
read and I've got comics everywhere.
technically she would be able to feel the vibrations.
Yep.
So,
Oh, that's true. You went all science on
yep.
me. Okay, fair. Why didn't you like Eternals? That's a good movie.
It was
I
good.
to
Yeah.
me it didn't make sense at
Watch
all. I
it
just,
one more time
oh God,
with
please,
subtitles.
please no. I can't. I can't.
Yes, you
Why is
can.
it?
Yeah, it's funny
Have a
because
drink, put the
I watch
subtitles on.
I'm gonna need more than one drink, girl. That's a lot of
Watch
drinks.
watch
That's
it
a
with
lot of
commentary
drinks.
then. Watch it with commentary.
Oh. Hmm. I
I've not
just
watched it with commentary, but I feel like that would like help explain things better too.
yeah, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, the movie had problems, right? Like, but I always look at it from like a scale of
Um,
like A plus to F, and if it's a C or better, I consider it enjoyable. Like, were you entertained? Okay,
Yeah.
that's the purpose of the movie, right?
not
Unless it's like
really.
God awful, which we've had some of those, like
Well,
for sure.
Quantum
okay.
Mania.
The fact
That
that
was a solid C minus. Like it was like just
That
that
was a D plus at best.
thank
yeah, but Catherine Newton
thank
was in it,
you.
so
No, that was a
Okay.
D.
Okay.
That was
Okay,
they
but to
threw
be
away
fair,
Modoc.
the ladies in there
I'm
were baddies.
sorry. Yes, I agree with Michelle there. The ladies kicked ass in that, but they threw away the character Modoc.
yeah.
I just
Well, the only argument I will make to that is there was no successful way you were going to do Modoc on screen, so they kind of chucked it, like punted it, like let's put it in our silliest MCU movie, and if people end up really liking it, maybe we can use it in the future, but it's probably going to suck, and it's Ant Man, so we haven't lost anything
yeah.
anyway. See, like you brought up Quantumania, and it just killed the chat. Like,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't the worst
So
movie that
bad.
no.
was put out. Okay, and like Quantum Mania has some good, like a few good things about it. But honestly, like when are we gonna get my boy Shang-Chi back? Okay, because it's
Seriously.
been a long ass
Well,
time. He hasn't even gotten a cameo
Dooms,
anywhere.
Yeah,
That's
Do,
rude. Rude AF.
Doomsday, Doomsday, right?
probably.
That's too long.
I know.
That's too
Yeah.
long.
I agree.
We should have
I
already
agree.
had
I
we
agree.
should have had like 5 cameo scenes. Like he should have had a guest appearance. He should have been
He
in like at least one of the Disney Plus shows that's not What If. And WTF, where's Shang-Chi 2? Where is it?
still in the works, thank God.
Hopefully.
No, he said it's still in
It
development. So
better be.
God,
I
it's been a while. When
I
did the
agree
first?
with you.
Yeah, Jamie in
Uh,
with the chat.
I need some Shang-Chi too.
Don't be a
Heat in the
dick.
trees.
we all need some
We
Shang-Chi.
all need some Shang-Chi up in this.
What?
For real.
When did the first one come out? Like it's been like 4 years.
I
I think
think,
It was in the
longer.
post
or maybe
Endgame
longer.
week.
It was
Like,
like it was the second movie after Endgame
Endgame.
because we
yeah,
got Black Widow.
Yeah.
yeah,
Wait,
and they did the
did
whole.
Black Widow come out first?
Yeah.
I think No Way Home came out
Yeah.
first. Yeah, that one came out like right after Endgame.
Was that Marvel or was that Sony though?
Both.
That was both.
Yeah, but anyway, it's been long enough. Like we should have had a
Yeah.
Shang-Chi too
We
by
should
now.
Yeah,
have
we should have
had
had a
Shang-Chi.
Well,
Shang-Chi.
they did that whole post-credit scene with,
That's what I
um,
Yeah.
mean.
yeah, with
With
Banner
Well,
Lawler.
and
yeah,
like, come on, let's go.
and
Like,
Captain Marvel, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
boom.
Why have we not seen him in more like cameos, more post-scene credits?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
Or him just showing
Duke and
up randomly and being like, "What's up?" Get it?
yeah,
I mean, it makes sense if he was in one of the Spider-Mans. To me,
yeah,
that would make
or even
sense.
pop up in Daredevil somewhere, like just real
Ooh.
quick.
That
At
would
the
be
street
freaking
level.
awesome.
It
That would
would.
be freaking awesome.
And I'd even watch like a full season on Disney Plus of Shang-Chi just beating the shit out of Iron Fist. Like we don't even need dialogue. Like
Can we
just
get that to happen,
yeah,
No,
please? Because I
like
really want to
no,
see that
Finn
happen.
Jones just break
no.
his skull over and over and
Y'all,
over
okay,
again.
Finn Jones is not even the Iron Fist right now, you guys. He would be beating on a lady. Okay.
Well, that's if we're
Wait, what?
going with Finn Jones like MCU Iron Fist.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like y'all are like,
Oh, that's right.
let's have him beat on
He's
Iron
not.
Fist, and it's like, okay,
It's
Finn Jones is not Iron Fist right now
In the
it's
comics,
it's
right?
no, in the show,
in the
in the
show.
second season.
Colleen Wing
I can't.
is the Iron Fist
Colleen Wing
now.
is the Iron Fist. She took the mantle of
She
Iron
did
Fist.
take over
Second
the mantle at
season
the end.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was a second
yeah,
of
season.
Iron Fist?
yes.
Yeah,
Shut up. You're gaslighting me
yeah.
right now.
No,
How did I
there was
not
a
know
second
that?
season
Maybe the first season was just so bad
because
that
it
I like
wasn't very good.
I, and Colleen Wing, I love
Well,
that actor. I love the actor who plays her so
oh yeah,
much.
she
Catherine
was so
Henwick
good.
Yes.
is amazing.
Well, and the major problem I had with that season is that they wasted Typhoid Mary
Mm, yeah.
in that season,
Yeah.
and I was like, that didn't make sense to bring her into Iron Fist. Why wasn't she in Daredevil?
Right. Well, my biggest problem is Iron Fist honestly was not Finn Jones. And it actually wasn't any of the cast. The writing was just stupid. Like it was so inconsistent, it drove me insane.
I didn't like hate it though.
I
Like,
didn't I didn't hate
I
the
mean,
first season.
it wasn't
It
like the
was
strongest. I mean,
yeah,
y'all
it
saw
wasn't.
season 3 of Jessica Jones, right? Like that was straight up garbage.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
actually
Uh,
never I act Michelle, I actually never finished it.
it's
it was that difficult to
not good.
finish.
It was I think I got 3 episodes in and I stopped
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I couldn't. Patsy's character was
What
driving me
did
crazy
they
and I
do to
couldn't do it.
her? I
Uh,
didn't like it.
Oh,
It was
it was
bad. That's why I was
bad.
like,
it
Iron
was
Fist really like okay, Iron
well and
Fist
yeah,
like I would say it's not like the worst, okay? It's not
no.
the worst. It gets a lot of hate just like Eternals gets a lot of hate, okay? I think it was just like rushed a little bit and it could have been more polished. And a lot of people are upset saying like Iron Fist should have been a person of color. And yeah, they could have went that route. They
They
could
could
have,
have
but
went that
like,
route.
the whole point was that Iron Fist is a
But
fish
yeah,
out
I
of
mean,
water. Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Plus, Danny Rad is supposed to be a white boy, so
right. Which is like
yeah, but he
idyllic 70s cultural appropriation.
yeah,
yeah.
Like he went over there and learned all these
100%.
secrets, but he's
Yes.
better at them because he's white. Like that was like it was the whole like
Well,
Jungle Book thing, you
yeah.
know?
I just
I could write
I
it.
mean, aside from that, though,
yeah.
Yeah.
aside from that, like
Aside from that,
it wasn't a bad series, okay? And the season two was okay. I think there were some characters that I
was
felt
it
were a little,
it okay?
like the sister character for me, like she got a little too crazy, and I was like, "Dang, girl, calm down." But like the Colleen Wing character and Misty Knight, like those
No,
characters were
those were
so
cool.
good,
Those were so
were
fucking cool.
so
Mhm.
good. Like, there's always going to be pros and cons to every single TV show or movie, and
I
I
will
try
have to
not
say,
to talk too much shit. Like, I try to be like, okay, yeah, this part was bad, but like, what
Right.
did we get from it?
Right.
You know?
Oh yeah, and if I were going to be honest, like the one thing I can say about Iron Fist, like I said, top to bottom, the cast on that show was pretty good.
yes,
Like acting wise, there's no
Yeah.
character
yeah.
in that where I'm
There
like,
was
whoever that actor was can't act. Like it was good, really good in that regard. And even like the way they displayed Iron Fist power, I'm like, that's actually yeah,
yeah.
okay. I'm game for that.
And then Luke Cage was really
It
good
was.
until the very end.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I was like, wait,
Same.
what?
Yeah.
What are you doing? I don't, that doesn't, okay, whatever.
I'm not sure
Uh
what they were setting up
Yeah.
there.
I don't think
And
they knew.
it's funny because I really enjoyed Defenders.
Hmm.
Defenders was good.
Yeah, it was.
Defenders was bomb. I was like, dude, this show fucking rocks. I don't know about the individual shows, but this show was awesome.
Yeah. That scene in the Chinese restaurant where they all like first come together. Oh,
God,
it was so
yes.
good. Right?
Yeah. Oh, the elevator scene.
Uh yes. Yes. I'm all about
Yeah.
that.
That was cute.
Yeah. All right. We
We got on
got
a tangent.
yeah. Well, that's literally what these should be called, is like X tangent, because
X
that's like
tangent.
Yeah.
that's 100% where it goes. So let me ask this as we sort of like bring it back to the X stuff. If you had your choice, 100% your choice, and they're going to begin X-Men in the MCU with kind of like a 3 movie arc, what storyline do you would you like to see, and B would make a great introduction of the X-Men? I shouldn't say introduction because the public knows who the X-Men are, right? It's not like they're a complete mystery like Guardians of the Galaxy when that came out. But because I mean, through 2X franchises, they've done a lot of storylines, and there's some of them I would love to see redone, but there's also so many great ones out there that they hadn't even touched.
I
I
just
think they
hope above all things they don't touch the Phoenix or Dark Phoenix saga. They cannot do it anytime soon. Please, 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 please. Um, I wouldn't mind seeing giant size X-Men. I think that would be a good intro. Because you'd have the existing class already, the existing class, Scott, Jean, Bobby, Hank, Angel going out, and then you introduce the second generation. And you can include Rogue, you can include Gambit, you can include Kitty as part of that group because technically they were part of the second generation. So I think that would be a I personally think that would be a good jumping point.
Mhm.
I also agree with giant size X-Men being the jumping point. But they
Yes,
could also,
yes.
if they're trying to just introduce like new characters, like if they're trying to let the old characters retire and not use some storylines, I think they should try to introduce something along the lines of like a new class, like with the New Mutants, Generation X, Academy X, something that gives us characters that we haven't seen before. And it's also a way to retire like some characters that maybe won't be showing up as much.
Beast.
Well,
Hank
because
Hater.
especially if you go the
Yes,
Academy X
very
route,
much.
because then you
Well,
will lead into like M Day and people losing their powers.
you you do know that they're developing a Disney Plus show centered around the mansion, which I think they're supposed to. The rumor is it's going to be like um that the what were they called? Not Generation X, the
The
uh,
Academy X kids? Maybe?
Academy X kids. That to me that would be amazing.
Hmm.
I hope that is a true rumor. I would so watch that show without hesitation because so many of those characters I freaking love and hate.
Well, yeah. And I think I agree with both of you. I feel like Giant Size X Men is the jump off point. And I realize I'm telling you stuff you already know, but that island was Krakoa. Like, if
Yes.
that's not the perfect way to just lead into the Krakoan era, like at the end they make the deal with the island that says, "Hey, you know what? Why don't we just live here and then we can like get the Krakoan era right off the bat? We can just skip Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. Everybody knows that's the backstory, and yeah,
Plus,
I think if
if you
you
do,
jump into the Krakoan age, like the House of X, Powers of X, that might be too much for like the general audience. Like it's a lot. So I think there has to be something in between before you get to that point.
yeah,
hmm
I agree with
Yeah,
Michelle on that one. I think that'd be too much too soon.
yeah.
hmm
They'd be
make
like
that be.
Plus,
WTF.
you're missing a lot of great storylines already. So
Yeah,
to
I
build up to that,
yeah. What would you go with?
I hope the rumor that they are going to bring Sinister as the main villain. I think that would be freaking amazing because that means you could do the Mutant Massacre, you could do Inferno. I mean, how?
Oh, two Sadie Sinks on screen.
Yeah. Oh God. I'm sorry.
Inferno would be a good story, I think, also to pick it up because we've seen Jean Grey die a bunch of times, right? Like she did. Okay. So if we were gonna pick it up with Inferno, that would make sense because Scott's moved on. He's with somebody else. It
Yes.
would show the team moving forward. Like it would be a forward
Yes.
progression from we wouldn't have to revisit the Phoenix Dark Phoenix saga type of thing.
Yeah.
hmm Who would you want to play Sinister, other than John Hamm, who I think is the perfect pick? But
I don't know. I don't think I have a preference.
I think John Hamm would be good. I think the guy that played Lucius Malfoy from Harry Potter would
Oh,
be an amazing pick.
that
Personally,
guy would
that's just
be good.
me. Because you remember, Essex was British.
hmm yeah,
So,
he was like the perfect incel too.
yeah.
Like, yeah, that.
And
Hmm.
he's about the right age for Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think he would make a great, plus he does a villain so
Yeah.
well.
Uh-huh. Tom Cruise could do it. Oh, Robert
We,
Downey Jr.
why would,
I mean,
After I've seen,
I don't hate the idea of Tom Cruise doing it. I don't hate it.
yeah, I saw Tropic Thunder. That guy's got range. He can play anything.
Okay.
He had
He
fat
was
hands.
he was crazy in that.
can we all just agree to keep Tom Cruise away from anything X,
Oh,
please? Can
He's not
I,
like
they just signed him
not
to
that
play Bobby
handsome.
Drake. What are you talking
Oh,
about? He coming
don't
at
make
you.
me don't make me hurt you, Finch.
I don't
Do
know,
not make
man.
me hurt you.
I feel like he's kind of old to be Bobby.
He's
Well, he's
old
gonna
to
be.
be
I
anybody.
mean, like Sean Ashmore's still good. We could still
I
get
have
him.
no I have
Yeah.
no problem with Sean coming back
Yeah.
as a gay Bobby.
Yeah.
No,
Can they
none
Yeah.
CGI him some acting ability while they're at it?
you are like, you
Sorry.
are
I had to say
Wow,
harsh
it.
hater,
tonight.
Had to say it.
Harsh
hater.
tonight. It is, oh my
But
God.
you bring in the Michael Sarah.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, whatever.
yeah,
I see
yeah.
how it
That'd be a
is.
great
Why
one. That'd be
are you
great.
Well,
dying on this
You
hill,
just
man? This is,
you just
dude.
you haven't realized it yet. Who did I say he was going to play again? Apocalypse?
yeah.
Yeah, he
God.
could totally do that. I
Are
No,
mean,
you gonna
yeah.
cast a
he
bunch of
can't.
the other characters too? Who's gonna play Storm?
Storm?
No, no. I don't want to hear this from him. I don't.
Storm.
I
That's
Okay, wait, now who's gonna play Moira McTaggart? Who would you cast for
Moira
Moira?
McTaggart. Um,
doesn't matter. We kill her off in the first
You know what?
movie.
Look, I loved her, and then I hated her, and then I hated her a lot more. Like that
But okay,
girl.
um,
okay. So when House of X first started, I called it from day one. The fucking villain is Moira. She's got some shitty ass things she's doing in the background that we don't know about yet, and she's hiding something.
But that
I
doesn't
said
mean
it
that
from
she was
I said it
bad.
from day one.
That doesn't mean
She was trying
she's
to
bad.
do
She was
she was going
hiding
to
it
do
from
a cure.
Charles,
She was
problematic
going to do a
Charles.
cure and she wasn't giving people a choice. I'm sorry. Fuck that bitch. Let's blow her brains out.
I mean, that we don't know which Moira
I
that was
agree.
though.
I
She's
agree with
lived
the
a lot
murder
of lives.
mommies. I agree with the murder mommies. Let's kill the bitch.
I'm not saying she's like she
And,
didn't merge into a chip.
and if it
Like
wasn't for
what got
Doug,
her
we
there?
would have killed her.
I mean, I am not happy about what she did to Daddy Banshee. Like
Dude,
that's what did it for me. I was like,
I
girl, no,
okay.
mhm.
no, that's not it.
Can we talk about trauma in comics because that fucking happened?
Whoa.
I'm sorry. There was some a lot of shit that went down, but that above everything was just so fucking traumatic.
I think
I was
they
like,
should have.
don't get me wrong, I'm not a big fan of Sean,
What?
but that,
What?
but that
Okay, if anyone's
skinning the
not a dick,
man
it's Sean.
alive.
If anybody is
I
not
mean,
a dick, it is Sean
Here,
Cassidy.
oh
Okay,
no,
here.
he's
like
not a dick. He's not a dick. I just like okay. I loved him during Generation X. I loved him. Giant Size X-Men.
he's a sweetheart.
He's a sweetheart, and hello, the whole Irish thing. Yes, please, thank you.
He's got a
Um,
dungeon,
yeah,
or he calls it Cassidy Keep, but that's a
It's a
dungeon.
yeah,
dungeon.
Okay,
He's
yeah.
got a swing in
that's
there. You know he
that's a
does.
You know
playroom.
he's got it. You know
That's
he's
an
got a swing,
Xbox
especially
playroom.
especially when Tom was in it. Um,
It's a playground, I swear.
yes. But that was seriously that was so fucking traumatic. I the
I want to
only
know what she did to get his face. Like, what did she do? She like show up to his
I mean
pod. She's like, "Hey,
this was
Sean, like
I mean
long time.
this was the
I
man
have
you
this bottle
loved.
of alcohol."
This was the man you loved and you
That's
fucking
what I
skinned him
mean. That's what I
alive.
mean. Like, how did she
Fucking
get to him? How
hell.
did he let her in?
I don't
Like,
Yeah,
I don't want to know how he let her in. I
I do. I want to know.
that's some serious Dahmer level stuff, man. Like, so are we declaring Mora like dick of the century then?
I
that
mean,
goes without saying.
Okay.
I don't know. Xavier's still pretty shady, but
Well,
because Moira started off like I liked her. I was like, okay, girl, I see you. And then I was like, oh, she's kind
well,
of a baddie. But then she got real bad.
I,
And then I was
I'm
like, all
sorry.
right.
Even when we didn't know she was a mutant all those years ago, I thought she was still shady as hell.
She was like, okay. I mean, I wouldn't say she's the shadiest.
Yeah. She was trying to help, as far
There's
as we knew.
Thank
there's
you,
definitely.
Cora. She's lived her lives. Time to die.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
but like she lived so many lives where she's just like, you know what? I'm bored. I
Yeah.
want like maybe she's just starting shit to start some shit. You know what I mean? Like if she's lived that many lives, she's like, okay, so this time I'm just gonna be real nasty
Right.
and see
And
what happens.
you know
Because
what?
her life's gonna restart.
Yeah.
Like her life is going to restart.
Look at
Maybe, maybe.
look, Go watch the movie Groundhog Day. And there was that whole period there where he was just losing his shit. Now imagine that amplified by like 10,000 because it's not one day, it's her entire life. Eventually you would lose your mind and you'd have to be like, you know what, I'm just fucking shit up. I'm just going to be a total nihilist and cuz
Yeah,
whatever, I'll die and come back again anyway.
that could be her YOLO
Yeah, that
album.
was
Like
her villain era.
yeah, it is like really
That was
messed
her
up. But
reputation
also,
album.
yeah, exactly.
I
This is her
I
reputation era.
I just personally hope they don't bring her fucking back.
I want to
Well, they will eventually.
I want to see her come back. I'm not gonna lie. I
I,
want to see her. I want to see her come back. I
okay,
want to. I
if
want to know
if
about her 11th life, man.
if she comes back, I'm sorry, Mystique gets to kill her. That's all I
You know
want.
what?
Her and
Mystique and
Destiny.
Destiny did her dirty too. Like they burned her alive, and that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Pause.
I mean, like, if you're gonna take somebody out, take them out. Don't just be like, you know what, girl? Like, I'm just gonna let you burn a little bit.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah,
messed
but
up.
look
That
what
is.
she was doing to the mutant race when she was being burned alive.
I mean, she was. I don't know if she was doing anything just yet. I think she was gonna do stuff, and Destiny
No,
saw it, so Destiny was
she
like,
had
"Burn."
already created the
But
cure, and
did
she
she
was
give it to
test.
anybody?
I think they were already giving it to people.
But did those people want it willingly?
Probably not.
Hmm?
Knowing Myra, probably not.
I mean, I don't think Moira started off bad. I think she had good intentions.
I think
I
so.
think she's
Uh,
been through some shit too.
Every This is the thing, though. Any story, any media, whether it's movies, books, comics, whatever, the absolute best villains have good intentions. Always. Always,
yeah.
always, always, always. That is the best story. Those are the way that make them like the just cardboard. I want to rule the galaxy. Are just. I mean, they're a waste of time storyline wise. But I mean, look at Infinity War and Endgame. They made you sympathize with Thanos just a little bit, like understanding where he came from. That's and X Men have always been great with that with Magneto. Magneto's the villain. Let's not deny that. I will die on that hill.
is he
Um,
though?
yeah,
Is he a villain?
yeah,
Is
But
he?
is
yeah,
Because
Moira
he.
then like
yeah.
No,
like
Myra
If somebody wants genocide, they're a bad guy. That's like cut and dry to me.
But see, he did it to protect his people.
Bad
Can
Moira's
guy.
doing it to protect her people too. And she's
Yeah,
got she
yeah.
how?
got
Okay, I'm
So did
sorry.
Bolivar
Give me.
Trask. He
I
was
mean
protecting
like
his people.
yeah, everyone's got people. Okay,
Yeah,
everyone will do insane things to protect the people
yeah.
they love. Like seriously, that's like any zombie apocalyptic movie plot,
Right. Yeah.
right? Like the world gets crazy and you're going to protect the people you love no matter what.
Mhm.
And that's like what Moira's kind of doing. Like and people don't maybe align with her views. I mean, people didn't align with Magneto's views. They didn't align with Mystique's views. Like all these characters who have been evil at some point. Everybody gets a redemption arc, and I feel like Moira should also get one
No.
because I
Door's
feel
closed on that one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That door,
I,
just like the door has been closed on Hank McCoy. I'm sorry.
I
Hank
mean
McCoy just has
he's
to die.
He's
like
not
a
even
dark
evil Hank
beast. As
anymore.
dark
Okay,
beast, yeah, he's
I'm
crazy.
sorry. After what he did to Wolverine, I'm sorry, Finch. I think you would hate him too.
Well, he's okay. Yeah, but the current beast we're dealing with, he's not the one who did it.
Yes, but he's still able to go there.
Yeah, they
And
all are.
So you're saying like treat.
he's still kind of creeping there
Yeah,
already. So
I mean,
fine,
everyone's a little
fine.
creepy. Everyone has a little ick.
Yeah,
Like there's a lot of history there,
yeah.
you know. So, unless we're
I
gonna do a hard reset on everybody.
don't get me wrong. I liked Avengers Age Beast. I thought he was very fun and he was very cool. But he is well aware of what his counterpart did.
Hmm.
And he's looking at those lines and he's kind of crossing a couple.
Well, that's always the problem. I mean, because Tony Stark did that. Reed Richards did that. Any of the super smart people
D-
have that
d-
problem.
Yeah, that's
don't
true.
get me started on Reed. That man is just the biggest douchebag in
I
all
love
of
Reed
Marvel.
though. He's sexy.
That,
No, no, no,
that's a stretch.
no.
But
Marvel rivals Reed Richards is sexy.
I mean, I
Eh,
I thought he was sexy
I,
before then though. Like
I
I love me a silver
oh,
fox. Like
no,
oh yeah, Reed
no,
can get
not.
it,
I
but
don't
Namor
know
too.
what
Namor
Sue.
too. I mean
Now, okay, Namor, yes,
yeah,
please. Reed,
both of
no,
them can get it. Hit it quick and
no.
Yeah,
let's go.
because like as soon as they like all that happens, Sue's like, so and everything stretches.
Ooh.
Dun dun dun
As
dun 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 dun. Dun.
She's
tempting
like,
as
wipe
that would
me
be,
up, daddy.
I'm
Yeah.
as tempting as that would be.
Yeah.
He's still the biggest douchebag
He's
in the universe.
not that douchey though.
Yeah, he's not
He's
douchey.
really
Uh
smart. I
huh.
like a smart
Uh
He's on
huh.
the
man, you know, like
spectrum. That doesn't make him a douche.
he,
He's he's a douche.
listen,
After all the crap he's pulled,
I'll take
I'm
Reed over
sorry.
Cyclops any day though, for real.
Ooh.
Like,
Ooh.
but
I
I will
I
take Reed and Namor like
well, I'll take
Ooh.
Namor any
together.
day. So I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
You
Oh,
do you want like white Imperious Rex Namor or like Aztec Namor?
I will take all of the
Imperious
above.
Rex. Imperious Rex.
Namor
Namor, please.
all day, don't matter. I like that energy he brings, that big dick energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very confident. I'm like, ooh, yeah, I like
Do
the
you think
confidence.
do you think he ever gets out and he's like, "Hey, the water was cold. Cut me some slack."
No,
No.
he does
He's
not.
Me and Michelle
bringing
the
it.
same way. No.
So
No.
No,
No.
he exits
he's
the
Namor.
water and he's ready.
So he's like
Let's
the guy.
He's
just
ready at all
say
times.
He
he's
comes out of
kind
the
of
wall. He comes
yeah.
out of the water and his dick's already been there for 5 minutes, kind of guy.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying,
Out of the
Yeah.
water, in the water, everywhere.
Yeah.
Fine.
sir. I
But
spotted a submarine. That's just Namor backstroking.
yeah.
It's okay.
Um, well, as many wives as that man has had, he's packing something right. So just
Yeah,
saying.
apparently. Yeah. So, of course, so has Cyclops. So
How many? I mean, how many times has Cyclops been married? So you know what?
do we
Let's
want to
not
go
bring
with?
Cyclops
Twice.
and Namor are not even in the same.
No, okay.
What is that like Venn diagram thing? The bubbles that like connect? No,
Oh, okay.
no.
So I've
Two
asked
different
many
men.
people this question. Are Jean and Scott technically still married?
Yeah,
I want really.
yeah,
They've
Mm,
both been declared
yeah.
dead.
Because I mean, in the current Phoenix comic that's like out now, it's been referenced a couple times, where she's been on
Yeah.
like telepathic phone calls like with Scott, and they say, "Okay,
I
husband,
feel
okay,
like it's
wife."
more like a domestic partnership where they've been together so long, they're just like, yeah, you're basically
They,
married. It's fine.
yeah, it's
Okay.
Like,
yeah. What's the term? Common law marriage at this point.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and they don't know what to do without each other. They're codependent, so it's
Unfortunately,
yeah,
she can do so much better.
I know she could get with Namor. Like, ugh, if he was
I
into redheads, if
actually,
he was
I,
dabbling in
I,
redheads,
I wouldn't say no to that.
I would.
That would actually be interesting.
I mean,
Although
th-
I think her and Richard would be an interesting
you know
couple.
what, Daddy Richard, sure.
yeah.
Let's
No, no, no,
explore
no,
all
no,
that.
no, no. Richard Rider, Nova, I
Oh,
think would
Mm,
be an interesting
oh,
pairing.
I don't know about
He's a
that.
little young for her, but still.
I
yeah,
feel like Jean needs somebody a little more worldly.
yeah. Well, and I
She's
think
a big cosmic entity, and she's been with like the same dude forever.
Yes.
yeah.
And
Well,
like
and
even Wolverine don't count. Like
no.
Well, she could always
Ah.
get. We could go over the boundary, and she could hook up with Sif, Lady Sif. I'm just saying,
Mm,
or Carol,
I, I don't hate any of that.
because her and Carol's relationship was kind of interesting in the
yeah.
book.
Yeah.
In the episode, they were kind of very, very chatty. I'm just saying
Mm,
that I wouldn't say no to that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. The
And
and
she
she can be with anybody.
and Jean did throw some shade towards Cyclops in that book, saying that Carol was a better strategist than Scott.
That
I'm
that's
just saying.
rough.
I'm
That's
just
rough.
saying.
That's rough. Well,
she might have a thing for Carol. You
she's
never know.
so mean to that guy. I mean, like, I mean, I get that Scott is a cuckold. I get it, like 100%. And that's
Damn.
like, I don't kink shame. Like, whatever, do y'all do you? Um, but clearly, this was like a situation during Krakoa where Gene was just like, "Hey, Scott, Logan's coming over," and he's like, "Okay."
A
I'll be in
Yeah,
the
situationship.
corner.
I
I'll be in
googled
the corner.
polyamory. It's a thing now. And he's like, "Okay, can I stand in the corner?" Yes, you can. You've been a good boy, and
This makes more sense.
yeah.
This makes more sense.
See?
Yes. Than the
Yeah.
polyamory. This
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Because you
Yes.
can totally hear Logan be like, "Yeah, watch, Scott. Watch.
But don't
Watch."
but don't Logan and Scott hook up too, or is that not a thing?
Well, yeah, he's a bottom.
Well, most cuckolds usually are.
See?
So.
See? My theory is bulletproof.
Oh
Guys, it's been an hour and 38 minutes. This was intended to be an hour, and we've like plowed way past that. No pun intended. Um,
my God. All pun intended.
you're
All
right,
pun
yeah.
intended.
Either you got to go, or you good to keep chatting. I don't want to like have one of you
Um,
Okay.
sitting there being like, I want this to be done. I'm done.
I do need to eat dinner
Okay,
Oh,
you can
that
eat dinner.
is true.
because I've only had a beer.
Oh, oh
Oh,
yeah.
a
Let's
beer.
lit live.
Yeah,
But
lit live.
yeah,
Lit in live.
we'll have to hook up for another one of these guys. This
Yes,
was a ton of
this was
fun.
fun. Yeah.
You guys are awesome. Hey, WonderCon in less than 3 weeks. We will
Yes.
see everybody,
We
and it'll be amazing.
will. We
Yeah,
will.
it will be
We'll be
dope.
lit in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember last year, Michelle. Yes.
I know. Oh, I know.
That was
Everyone
so
keeps
awesome.
telling me. They're
It's
like, "You were
funny.
so
I
lit,"
didn't.
and I'm like, I
It was
know.
awesome. No shade. I love it.
I got to the lobby. I didn't even see Michelle. I was like,
I was
where the
everywhere.
hell? Yeah,
Yeah,
apparently.
I legit. I did not see. I got there on Friday, and I didn't see Michelle and Justin until Saturday at the after party. Like, because I would even like
I
DM and be like, "Hey, where are y'all at?" "Oh, we're over here." And later, I'd get over there, and they were already gone. I wasn't like walking the after party Saturday night. Michelle's like, "Hey."
I didn't even see her at the after party. That's what
Really?
I'm saying. I didn't. I was like, where the fuck
I
is
was not in one
Michelle?
spot. I
No,
was
you were all
everywhere.
over the place apparently.
I
Yeah,
was.
like a
I was
ping
all
pong,
over.
just
Yeah.
bouncing.
I cannot. I tried to leave. It took me like an hour to say bye to everybody.
Yeah, I understand that.
I'm gonna start doing Irish goodbyes where I'm like, I'm tired. Bye everybody, and then
Right,
just leave.
right. Yeah, they just disappear like
That's what
poof
I'm gonna start
into the
doing.
night.
What
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
what
That's
was
why you just smile and sneak out the back door. But I can never do that because my problem is like when I come to WonderCon, because I'm coming from the Midwest, there's so many people like, I know I see you guys at Uncanny, but there's so many people I only see at WonderCon every year.
sure?
And it's like the last day of high school. It's so hard for me to like say goodbyes and like hugs and then I'm like, okay, one more. I don't want to go.
It's not goodbye forever. It's goodbye for now.
Right, but you never
Yes.
know. And I hate to be the Debbie Downer, but you never know. And that's what always hits me is that, like, what if? What if
Oh,
this is the last time
it'll.
I can come to WonderCon? When was the last time somebody else can come? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll end on a down note. Get everybody in the feels.
Oh
That's
my God.
that's the way to do it. But
Wow,
uh,
bench.
but hey, Gilly, Michelle, I love you
Love
guys. You
you.
guys are awesome. Thanks you so much for chatting, and yeah, we'll see you again soon. Okay.
Bye,
Bye.
All
guys.
right. Goodbye, everybody.